I'm back with another workout vlog. But before we get outside and go start running, I learned something. If you're gonna be serious about running and doing YouTube, you always have to make a coffee first and show the making of the coffee in your vlogs. I learned that from Ben is Running and Seth Demore. Shout out to those two guys. Before I make the coffee and before we go running, let's talk about the workout. This part's serious. I like this one. This probably will be my favorite one so far. It's taken from the Runna app. It's called Pyramid Intervals. Now it's called pyramids because it does two things. Each rep gets longer. As it gets longer, you slow down the pace. So you start off with 200 meters, move that on to 400 meters, and then 800 meters, and then 1.2K. When you get to 1.2K, you start coming back down to 800, 400, and you finish off 2, right? Don't worry, I'll talk you through it as I'm doing it. But for now, coffee time. Run the montage. Mama, you can't say that about your dad. You can't say your dad looks like an egg.
It did look like an egg.
You're coming running with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna be very speedy?
Just like.
Let's see. Whoosh! That's too speedy. That's too fast. 1K warm up to start the workout. We're outside. You know that expression that says only one thing is guaranteed in life? Well, I live in England, so there's two things. It's going to rain. It's starting to rain. I'm gonna do my best to film this workout, but if it gets a bit too excessive, camera away, and we just focus on the run. But 1K warm up. Let's go. Okay, 0.66 left in the warm up. 2 minutes into the workout. Okay, just 100 meters left in the warm-up. I'm feeling great. No aches, no niggles, and that's always a blessing. It's rest time. Got 1 minute 30 rest before we run 200 meters at a pace of 4:10 and 4:30 per K pace. So we're aiming for that 4:20 mark. Let's go. Let's go. It's 200 meters, 4:20. I like this because you have to run to feel and not necessarily looking at your watch the whole time. And when you kind of learn to just gauge your paces that way, it shows you're training right. So 90 seconds rest before we go again. But this time we're aiming for 400 meters between 4:20 and 4:40 per K pace. Let's go. Nearly halfway. That was tough. 400 meters, 3:55 per K pace. And it's just a walking recovery before we do that 800 meters. Now this, I'm probably gonna try to keep it around that 4:20. Let's go. 300 meters to go. This is tough. Okay, so the next interval is 1.2K, but this is at 4:50 and 5:10. I'm probably gonna keep it closer to 5:10 because we're gonna have to come back down at the distances you've seen at a faster pace. So I don't really want to empty it out. You have to pace yourself. It's a 2-minute recovery period now before we go again. 1.2K coming up. I want to keep this a 5-minute per K pace. Halfway in. Got 600 meters to go. This is the longest rep yet. Okay,
100 meters left. And then we get to rest. Let's go. Okay. We're done with that one. 2-minute rest now. And then we go again, aiming for 800 meters between 440 and 450 per K pace. For those of you that noticed, I didn't have breakfast this morning, and this is a fasted run. I'm gonna take you back to the house. Don't worry, we'll come back to finish the workout, but let Aubrey in the house tell you about fasted runs and why you might consider doing it.
Why do you want to do a fasted run? Now, there are plenty of explanations, which I don't really care for. I'd rather tell you the 2 reasons why I do a fasted run and why fasted runs work for me. Number 1, stomach issues. When you eat before you run, you have to make sure that this stuff works for you. Otherwise, you're going to be on this run, especially if it's a long run, trying to figure out what the heck is happening to your stomach. When you do a fasted run, let me take that back. When I do a fasted run, I've got none of those issues. Secondly, time. For me to prepare food, have that food, let it settle in my stomach before I head back out again, time is very limited. Therefore, I have to start thinking of getting ready for work. I have to then start thinking about family, all this kind of stuff. Time is limited, so it works very well. There's one big disadvantage though, and that is you're on an energy deficit. The food you need to eat will sustain you on a run. So if you've got a very long run, half marathon, don't even think about it. Okay, back to Aubrey on the run.
Okay, thank you for that, Aubrey in the house. We've got 800 meters now. We're gonna try and keep it under 440 per K pace. Let's go. Okay, 300 meters to go. Come on up. $800 meters at 433 per K pace. I'll take that. It's 90 seconds rest. Before we're going to 400, and the pace for that is 420 and 440 per K. So the goal is to keep it under that 420 mark. 400 meters at 420. Let's go. 100 meters. Let's go. Big push. We need to average this below 420 per K. Hey, guess what, Ob?
What?
I had some people talking nonsense about you, bro.
Oh yeah?
What were they saying? They were saying you can't run this last 200 meter interval at your fastest yet. You know, below that 330 mark. Say no more. Hold my beer. Sorry. I meant hold my electrolytes. All right, final 200 meters. This is about to be the fastest yet. 3 minute 20 per K pace for the final 200 meters. Gonna rest, and then we've got a 500 meter cool down. That was a good workout. 500 meters cool down, and we'll chat a little bit before I get home, showered, and break down the stats. Okay, so let's get home, get showered, and we'll break down this workout. Now, I have to tell you, man, like, without this Runna app, I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. Without the challenge, the goals, the paces, the distances, you find yourself getting tired and you just give up and just go, you know, I'll take it easy, I'll do what I can. But when you've got a program set out, you've got no choice but to be inspired to hit it, because we're gonna sit down now and look at it. So I would highly recommend, if it doesn't have to be the Runna app. It could be a coach, it could be the Nike Run Club app, whatever it is, but try get yourself a plan. For me, I just find this Runna one to be so intuitive because it links to my Garmin watch, and everything you're seeing on my watch is actually from the Runna app. And I have to tell you, man, highly recommend it. Again, I'll put a link in the description. Give it a go. 2 weeks for free. All right, let's go get showered.
Home, all showered. Let's break down the run. So normally I would tell you about the paces, which I won't do. You will have seen that as I went. All you need to see is this chart here. Bang. And that chart with the white line, it shows you what the ask was, what pace was asked of me. And then the line that sort of mountains over that is what I actually did. So you can see that I went over the paces that were asked of me, which is really, really good. Okay, so next thing, these two charts together, heart rate and what that means in terms of training effect. 158 average versus a 185 max, giving you an even split. And I really like this, an even split of aerobic and anaerobic. So we're gonna be pushing that VO2 max soon, so keep looking at that. Next, bang, heart rate zones. And that's pretty self-explanatory, with the majority of it being in zone 4, but a respectable amount being done in zone 5. Let's talk cadence. A very low average simply because of the rest periods. I was actually walking, so it kind of skews it a little bit, but a max of 200. So you can see the time when I'm really working at cadence, and it's moving in the right direction. Hey, so look, thank you for making it to the end of the vlog. Truly is appreciated. It's a long one, so thank you. Thank you very much. Anyway, the next time you hear from me will be London Landmarks Half Marathon. Head to the clouds, feet on the ground.